Fat f***ing pig is the nickname given to our main character. Pak Young-suk is poor and a fat f***ing pig. How the f*** is that possible? Hey, yo, I've met black people in Africa who are poor, but I ain't never met a motherfucker who's poor and fat. Oh wait, this anime is set in Korea. Okay, that explains it. The anime starts off with Pak Young prostrating himself in front of some school bullies. This isn't the first time Pak Young's being dominated, as he's forced to act like a dog and then a pig. He's totally content. See this? This motherfucker's done this so many times, it's probably f***ing routine for him. Pak Young's bully slaps him multiple times for unintentionally looking up a female's skirt. Laying on the bathroom floor, Pak Young thinks to himself, I wanna f***ing die. Holy f***ing shit, is this an isekai? Keep watching and you'll find out. Next we're shown Pak Young's house and small messy bedroom, followed by him in his kitchen making ramen and humming. His mother walks in the house and helps with the food. She adds eggs into the ramen and Pak Young gets mad, saying, seriously, you added eggs again? No wonder I keep gaining all this weight. He slurps the noodles, feeling his cheeks, remembering how the bullies beat him up, and tells his mother he wants to transfer schools. After rejection from his mom, he slams the table and punches a dent into the wall, returning to his messy room. The next day at his school, Pak Young, walking through the halls, bumps into a female. She scolds Pak Young, saying he should watch where he's going, when she was the one on her phone not watching where she was going. He apologizes and Pak Young fetches his bully's gym clothes. At the sports court, they play a cruel game with Pak Young, betting on who can hit his face first with a ball. Pak Young gets hit, and before his bully can slap him for making him lose the bet, Pak Young's mother comes along. She scolds the bully and Pak Young shouts out for her to stop, as this is so embarrassing. Later at their house, Pak Young's mother is waiting for him at the door. She sits him down and talks. She tells that she was at his school earlier today to discuss transfer options with his teacher, and now that she's seen how bad he's being bullied, she's decided to go ahead with him transferring schools. Pak Young tears up. At the slums, Pak Young's going to his new apartment, where he plans to start over in a new school away from his bullies. It may be small and crappy, but it'll do. He heads to the city, and walking in the crowds, he bumps into a female, but unlike before, this one apologizes and admits that she wasn't paying attention, making Pak Young truly believe that this will be a new, fresh start for him. When her boyfriend comes along, seeing him grinning, he gets the wrong idea and gets angry, punching him. The crowd notices and people start pulling out their phones. On camera, Pak Young gets beaten and knocked out, which makes its way on social media. Sitting and crying in his apartment, he realizes that this may be a fresh start, but no matter where he goes, he'll always be treated the same, looking like he does. He falls asleep and wakes up disoriented. What the fuck? Oh, my blood sugar level must be low. In front of a mirror and sink, he looks at himself and sees the most stripped out, dipped in butter, baby lotion, gorgeous man you have ever seen. The top on man to make anti-LGBTQI plus members turn gay and make gay people be like, God damn. This is why I'm gay. He turns and sees himself sleeping on the floor, shakes his body and wakes up, wondering was that just a dream? But just to the left of him, there's proof that it wasn't. Soon he realizes that when he goes to sleep in one body, he wakes up in the other. Not explained how, but Pak Young now has two bodies. Also with his new body, he can change. So the next day, he heads to his school in his totally fab, gorgeous bod. From the moment he walks in the class, he makes all the girls' undergarments turn wet and the boys confused as to what the fuck they are. He introduces himself. Our main character went from fat fucking pig to BTS member in less than one episode. I bet you want to know how the story continues, don't you? Well, okay, I'll tell you. But first, let me do my intro. My name's IWD Recaps, but if you're a subscriber, please call me Big Daddy Black 69. And I'll be recapping an anime called Lookism. Let's continue. Pak Young sits down at an empty desk, and right next to him is the guy who beat him up at the city, as well as the girl he bumped into. The guy next to him introduces himself as Lee Jin-sung. Then a bussy female walks up and introduces herself to him, immediately clinging on. At recess, bussy female shows Pak Young around, introducing all the different cliques. After, in class, we are shown Pak Young's flashback from the day before. He was still trying to get used to his new body, starting off with catwalking, then flipping, ending with running a mile, resulting in him being exhausted during class and falling asleep. Pak Young wakes up fat as he panics, putting his glasses on. He knows what he needs to do. He needs to wake up. He needs to wake up. He needs to wake up so he can get back to his other body, the handsome one. But can't sleep. But then, Pikachu! He needs to wake up! Oh, you scared me. Pak Young gets woken up by bussy female. He thanks her and she blushes. After school, he goes to a convenience store in his fat body to work a night shift. Although he barely managed to get the job. Pak Young jots down everything he knows about his transformation. When he falls asleep, he wakes up in the other body. And when that body falls asleep, he wakes up in the other. He can't wake up in the other body when it's asleep, but he can force it awake. Some kids from his class come to the store and attempt to buy some cigarettes. He asks them for their ID and they provide a falsy one when Legion walks in, recognizing him as the guy he beat up in the city. He then slams a cart of snacks on the counter table, telling Pak Young should pay for it. After thinking about how Pak Young grinned at his girlfriend, he gets mad and fights him, beating him up again. They strip his pants and take a pic of his ball sack as insurance. If Pak Young goes to the police, they'll post it online. After they leave, Pak Young falls into the ground crying. His phone rings and it's his mother on the other side calling, checking up on him. Pak Young's mom is out collecting cardboard to sell for money, which she'll give to Pak Young for school. The next day at school in Pak Young's other body, he walks in the classroom and Legion and his group are boasting about the naked pic they took of him in his other body. Pak Young gets mad, unknown to the others, as no one knows he switches bodies. Legion responds by also getting mad. His girlfriend's watching and he's jealous of Pak Young's beauty, so he's ready to pick a fight with him. Holy shit, they're fighting! What the fuck? They're fighting! No way! My money's on Pak Young! No way, look there! Whoa! Shit's about to go down. Don't blink or you might miss it, okay? Dodge. Oh fuck, shit, I missed! Oh crap, my girlfriend's watching!
How the fuck did I dodge that?
Dodge. Block. What the fuck? Is this motherfucker on performance-enhancing drugs? Dodge and punch.
Physical damage.
And just like that, Pak Young won the fight, and the class cheered. Episode 3, and Pak Young is at his job, when a nerdy kid, much like himself, walks in with that supreme drip, shoplifts and runs away. Pak Young chases after him and finds the guys who stripped and beat him in an alleyway. They tell him to let it go, or else his balls will go viral, and Pak Young concedes. They make Pak Young and Supreme Drip Nerd fight each other, when Bosco shows up and stops the altercation. Bosco, also known as the leader of the Burn Knuckle Gang. Supreme Nerd introduces himself as Pak Ji-ho from the same school as Bosco. The next morning at school, eating lunch with Bussy Female and asking about Bosco. The guys that stripped and beat him in his other body walk up and say they want to be friends with Pak Young. Then the Burn Knuckle Gang walks in the cafeteria and Bosco, seeing Pak Young with the guys that were bullying him in the alleyway, gets the wrong idea and makes handsome Pak Young his enemy. He grabs his shoulder and tightens his grip, a technique which no one has ever escaped from. The students in the cafeteria watch the altercation and are all shocked when Pak Young frees himself from Bosco's grab. Bosco's right-hand man, Pak Bong-jae, stops the altercation and walks away with him. He tells one of the underlings he needed to stop it, otherwise Bosco would have been knocked out. The guys that stripped and beat him walk up and ask to be friends, impressed by Pak Young's strength. Pak Young imagines what they would be like as friends and accepts, as he's always wanted companions. But later that night, going to their apartment, he realizes imagination isn't quite the same as reality. Cigarettes, alcohol, crappy small room, hot pot. Oh my god, this anime is almost perfect! The only thing that's missing is sex. I prayed to God, please let Pak Young get some neck with Bussy Female. She may be a but she bussin', so it's cool. Spoiler, it never happened. God never answered my prayer. Legion walks in and sits down. They get drunk. Legion and Pak Young become friends. They both pass out and Pak Young wakes up in his other body. He runs to where his handsome body is and tells he was sent to pick up Pak Young and take him home. The group believes him and he carries his body. Legion shows Fat F***ing Pig a boxing stance in front of a punch machine. They walk away and Pak Young tries to mimic what he taught him, but nicks the punching bag. Embarrassed, he runs away, although not before Bosco saw him. Seeing a tear by the spot, he nicked the bag, suggesting that Pak Young could actually be strong, even in his fat body. The next day at school, Pak Young sees Supreme Nerd in the cafeteria and asks if they can eat together. He agrees and Bussy Female joins them. Meanwhile, at his apartment, Pak Young's other body is sleeping when his mother comes along to check on him. Returning home, he sees his door open and his mother inside, although she doesn't know he switched bodies. She tries to wake up the sleeping body and Pak Young stops her. They decide to talk for a bit and Pak Young takes her to a cafe, also where Pak Bong works. Other customers stare at Pak Young and his mom takes a look at the menus, in shock at how much they charge for a coffee. She orders an Americano. Oh my god, what a coincidence. I've got a few Americano tied up in my basement. Then Bosco comes out from the bathroom and sits just over them, eavesdropping on the conversation. Hyung's mom asks if Pak Young is getting bullied and he lies, replying with no, making Bosco really mad. Hyung's mother asks to take some boxes just before leaving and thanks Pak Young for being friends with her son, Pak Young. After she gave him money to pay for the Americano and leaves, Bosco sees and gets even more mad, thinking that Pak Young is bullying as well as extorting money from adults. So he takes him to a construction site to fight. Pak Young dodges the first few attacks and goes on the offense. He remembers the fighting technique that Lee Jin taught him and takes his stance. He goes for the punch. Bosco dodges and he goes for the hit. Technically speaking, it should have landed, but Pak Young dodged and went for the spinning back elbow. Pak Bong comes out, looking at him. Bosco says he lost. Later that night at the convenience store, Bosco comes in and faces Pak Young, saying he didn't get the money back. He tells Pak Young that he's not a weakling and he should train. So immediately, right in that moment, feeling inspired, Pak Young Suk begins doing push-ups. And of course shits himself. Right when a female enters the store, she giggles and on her way out leaving the store, hands him a drink, a toast to his workout, which refills Pak Young's spirits as he continues to work out. That was the first 4 episodes of this anime. Comment down below, and if this video does well, I'll do a part 2. Subscribe for more content and leave a like for my deflated ego. My name is Big Daddy Black 6. No wait, fuck. My name is IWD Recaps. Peace out.